Wait, Toronto pre-construction condo market will completely collapse in the next 6 to 12 months, and you will watch it unfold in front of your eyes. On top of that, Bank of Canada rate cuts will not be able to save this dramatic fall. Let's get into the video. All right, I get it. The introduction was a little bit gutsy and it was bold, but I do believe that we will get to the edge of this real estate market, and the pre-con in Toronto and major cities in Canada will collapse. We see it. Now, the population is completely divided. You have two sides of the story. One side of the story is that, people are claiming that everything is fine, that the interest rates are feathering down and there's no issue. And yes, to some of these people, there are really no issues. Maybe they paid off their house, maybe they purchased a long time ago, maybe they have received gifts from their family members, relatives. You don't know anything about that. All you know is they're telling you that everything is fine. And yes, it might be fine. But then the other side of the spectrum, the people that own pre-construction units today, the people that own condos that they cannot afford, they're in trouble. But hold on a second, it doesn't stop there. But where it starts, it's that mindset, it's the fear, it's kicking the can down for the next quarter, kicking the can for the next year. Next quarter is going to be better. Next year it will be better. Look what's happening. The interest rates are feathering down. No problem. The prices will go up. Real estate value, it will go up. It will rise again. It will shine again. It will not, because of the inventory, because of the troubles that have been created, not in the recent past. This has been going on for more than a decade. So let's go back a decade or more and let's talk about it. So we have years, 2013, 2014, and 2015, where we had a huge influx of Asian students that like to live maybe a lavish lifestyle. Maybe they have the funds to purchase some of these units and to pay for their lifestyle wherever they're studying in the world. But it happened to be in Toronto. So having said that, the opportunity for the local people, everyone saw this as an opportunity to grow, to make money. And this is what was happening exactly. They would walk into a showroom, talk to an agent, they would purchase a unit at the time, don't know, 150,000, 200,000, 250,000, whatever it is, okay, at that particular time. They would buy that piece of paper, they would wait for a unit. Before they would actually list this property for sale, they would sell it as an assignment sale. So what would happen? The transaction was seamless because the demand was so high that nobody really cared. All you had to do, call up the developer or your agent and say, look, I want to sell it as an assignment sale, and the transaction would be seamless. Everyone would check how much the units would sell, currently are selling in Toronto, and they would list that assignment sale for a few percent lower than the actual resale value, and they would sell it in a day or a week. But the important part of this transaction is that whoever bought this particular unit would actually appraise that unit as the market value, and they would close on it. So the next step is the lawyer would call these guys up and they would send them a bank draft via email or e-transfer, and the money is made easy. It was magical. Everybody loved it. They didn't have to move in. They didn't have to pay HST. They didn't have to do anything. How they received that money, it was their gig, right? So if someone starts to make money like that easily, let me just say easily, or headache free, all they had to do is come up with a 5% down payment, 10% down payment, whatever the case is, and hold on to the unit enough to resell it. But think about for a second. If you were successful once, and if you made money once, an easy way, you will do it again. You will tell your friends. You will tell your family members. You will tell everyone around you that you found the best solution and that real estate in Toronto is only going up. That's the only direction where real estate is going in Toronto. And this is exactly what was happening. So at one point, I remember standing in front of a sales office, seeing 1,000 people. It was insane just to see the lineup of people begging for a unit, right? So if you have never been in a sales center or an office or such, right? So when you are put in that particular situation, you literally have 3 seconds to choose. You cannot even look at the floor plan. You cannot like the price, like either you want it or you don't want it. And if you don't want it, there's like 30 people standing right there next to you that they're looking at the unit to purchase. So fear of missing out, all the pressure, the market pressure, everything was skyrocketing. Yes, I'm not forgetting that period where we had a little bit of a hiccup, right? Like where they put the double taxation on foreigners and all of that stuff just to avoid all of that nonsense as much as they could. But that didn't really do anything, right? And then we hit 2020. We know what happened, lockdowns and all of that stuff. The prices went insane because people were started to sink that money into real estate again. Now the phenomena, let me tell you something, the phenomena that pre-construction units, right, like are being overpriced by who knows how much. Like during that period of time, people were selling $1,400 a foot, $1,600 a foot, $1,800 a foot, right? And the resale across the street it's 40-50% less, right? So that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And on my channel, if you go previously to my videos, you will see I was trying to point this out. I was trying to, point fingers at this particular issue, right? Because I see that the boat is sinking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a hole in the boat. We cannot patch it. That's it. No Bank of Canada, no reductions, nothing will help. Yes, it might help in the short term because people will be able to carry these units for less money. But on the other side, you see that even the rents are going down. They're feathering down. Every month is getting cheaper to rent as well. So what is happening? One of the biggest issues is that many borrowed against their matrimonial home or against their house that they owned, that they saw that spike in equity, they borrowed against that via line of credit, HELOC, you name it. They put that down payment or that deposit on that condo that was borrowed from their house. Okay, problem number one. Problem number two, now when you have to reevaluate that particular condo and you have to actually appraise it to its value in order for the bank to actually write you that mortgage, guess what's going to happen? It's not going to work out. So the next step, the bank is going to call you up and say, no problem, we can give you this, but you have to come up with the difference. And I have seen some significant differences. We're not talking $5,000 off, $15,000 off, where you can, patch it from another line of credit or a Visa or a friend or who knows. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars on some of these units that have to be patched. That difference has to be patched. It's impossible. And on top of that, you cannot even sell that unit. Let's say, look, I'm going to get the funds, close on it, and sell it. You're going to lose money. So either way, these people are sitting in a boat that has a hole that big, right? That the water is coming on so fast, they're not even realizing that they're in the boat because it's already up to here. That's the problem, right? And the fear is kicking in, and all they're doing is kicking the can down the road. Kicking the can down the road, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, can also impact other parts of real estate styles like detached homes, townhomes. Why? You wonder why? Because most of these local investors invested into these condos, but drew the funds that were sucking from the existing homes. So I will leave you with this. I hope you got something out of this video. You can go ahead and click on the other videos that are on the screen, and I will see you in the next one.